Imagine this. You're in your spiffy spacesuit, ready for your mission to Mars. And are you excited? I am. And guess what? This could soon be reality. According to my audience analysis conducted on April 10th, I had asked my audience if they would be interested in learning about SpaceX, which is a new company generally. And 90% of them said yes. So that's why I'm up here talking about it. So SpaceX is a private company, and it has been in the eye of the world in recent years. Ever since SpaceX launched the Falcon Heavy, which was that rocket launch a couple weeks ago that lifted off with the red Tesla, which seems like a waste, but it kind of was. But I wanted to learn more about them since that. And this morning I'd like to share what their mission is, how they are so successful, and where they are headed in the future. First, let's delve right into their mission. So what is SpaceX's mission? They design, build, and launch advanced rockets and spacecraft. And it was founded in 2002 by Elon Musk, who is a co-owner of PayPal. So he has money to spend around. And his ultimate goal of SpaceX is to enable humans to live on other planets. And Mars would be the first step of that. So their products include these three bad boys. The Falcon 9, which was their first rocket, and then their Falcon 9 Heavy, which it's the same thing, it just has two boosters attached to it, and then the Dragon, which is actually a little orbital spacecraft that can move around, which attaches to the top of either one. And each one of the rockets has 9 individual boosters in the bottom, so that if two fail, it'll still reach the atmosphere. So now that you know a little more about SpaceX, let's explore why they're so successful. For starters, their prices are the cheapest. According to the China Reaffirms Commitment to Long March article published by Peter Deselding on December 5th, 2014, and submitted to Space News website, he stated, until SpaceX arrived, the Long March rocket was considered the lowest cost option for providers of satellites at $70 million a pop, which is rather expensive. And then if we compare to SpaceX's, their Falcon 9 costs only $62 million to launch, which is, I mean, this is millions of dollars, but that's a lot of money to me, but it's not a lot of money to companies. And for each one of those launches that the Chinese rocket would do, it would cost $70 million every time to do that. But SpaceX has, their mission is to reuse rockets, so it'll eventually be cheaper, effective, and efficient. So is their success in due part to their rocket usage? Yes. So this is a picture of their Falcon 9 landing, which is cool if you ask me. In Katya Moskovich's article, Recycling Rockets, the Future of Space Travel, published May 1st, 2017, and found in EBSCO host database. SpaceX's relaunch of the first Falcon 9 was the first relaunch of a rocket in history, which means they actually reused the base there. Of course, you can't reuse the part that's still in space, but and then by being able to reuse that rocket, it saves money on building one, and all they have to do is pay for the fuel and minor repairs. And if we take a look at that, it only costs $200,000 to refuel one of those rockets. Meanwhile, creating one costs $62 million. Now, let's discuss what the future holds for them. According to Jamie Anderson's article, Elon Musk's secret behind success, published June 27, 2016, and found in Nature World Inc. News, SpaceX plans to launch Falcon 9 with Iridium satellites as part of a contract to replace part of the satellite array that NASA initially set up, and so did other countries around the world, from October 2017 to mid-2018. So this May, they're actually going to be done with that. And these are 75 new satellites, which are for commercial ventures. So SpaceX isn't just about like space exploration, like going out there, but also providing for people, because I mean, you need your phones to work, and other things. And of course, like with all technology, and the more it gets used, the cheaper the service will actually be. So right now, if something is launched on the Falcon 9, it's only $1,000 a pound, which seems like a lot of money per pound, but it's going to space. I'm just saying. Lastly, they have a mission for a plan for Mars, and it'll be someday, but not yet, because they don't have the technology to get there and come back. But because they have those reusable rockets, they would want one that could go there and then make it back safely. In closing, SpaceX is a private company. Caught in the eye of the world, and I briefly went over their mission, what their mission is, how they're so successful, and what the future holds for them. Referring back to my audience analysis, I had asked if all of you knew what SpaceX was, and 16 out of 20 you said that they did not know, and I hope now that that is a solid 0. And whether or not we can agree it was a good idea to launch this into space for several $100,000, a manned mission to Mars may soon become reality.